I hope you should. My voice should be audible to you now.
Yes, yes, Arvind.
Yeah. So shall we have a very quick review of our earlier topics and we'll jump to our topic?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So we have discussed about the strategy group. How is the strategy group important for us? We have seen the two different types of requirement classes which we have. One is customer requirement and one is independent requirements. So where every time when a demand comes, so we had two questions, right? Hope you remember. The first
Yes,
question would
yes.
be like, how should we be able to address the given demand? The second question is like, if it was not good enough with the stock, or let us say the supplements were not sufficient enough, so what should be the next strategy it has to go with? So that was the two important questions which it has to address with. Then we have seen about what is TOR, that is transfer of requirement, how it is important, and especially if the material which is planned in APO, so for that the TOR is required, because for the rest of the thing, because they are planned in ECC, that doesn't really require it. Fine. And we have also seen about the diagrammatical representation of how an ATP methodology works for any of the methodology which is going to be used. Hope you have memorized the diagram.
Yes, yes. Arvind, I have a question regarding the
Yes.
strategy group. So,
Yes.
if we do not assign the strategy group in the Metric Master MRP3, uh, then is there any way to assign the check mode in the GATP in the Metric
Okay.
Master in the product?
Okay. I will tell you how actually the transfer of requirement happens. It is so today with the topic actually we are going to discuss about would be about how the determination of the check mode is comes. So for the same TOR, transfer of requirement, it basically
Yeah.
happens at three levels. So the first one would be the header level. The second one would be at the item level. And the third one would be at the schedule line level. Fine. So when I say
Okay.
header level, that means so the order type which you are going to define at that segment, you can define that whether you would like to transfer the transfer of requirement should happen or not. So we have different types of document types we can go for. I will show you however. So that will be the first iteration. And then coming to the item level. So at item level, what will be having at the item level? We will be having the material, right? For sure we will have
Yes.
the material. So this is the second segment. And the schedule line level, so let us say like where in the business scenario where you expect it to be having a partial confirmations to now can also be considered in your processing. So even at the schedule line level, you can expect their TOR to be there. So what I try to say is that the schedule line level is if only you expect the schedule line level to be there, where you expect your order can be partially confirmed. Only then you expect the schedule line level, right? Am I right? If it is only for
Partially.
full confirmation, partial confirmation. So let us say like if you were in need of 100 units, but now you can only afford him to give you only 10 units of the requirements. Okay, it is not complete confirmation of your order, but it is like partial confirmation of the order, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
In that segments you expect schedule lines, right? What is the schedule line?
Yeah, schedule line like requested and confirm quantity. But
Yeah.
so you want to say like if I am going to activate the TOR at schedule line level, that means I want the stock should means the item should be confirmed in partially, not completely.
Not every time completely. It may also support. It can also support partially.
Okay. And if I go with the item level, then it will
It should
always
be.
confirm. go to the
Yeah,
complete?
correct. Why? Because
Okay.
if it is complete only, then item level it can only capture at one segment. That is how the MID has come. What is MID has come. But at schedule line level, you can you can expect multiple MIDs, because for the same 100 units you may say like Arvind, I can give you 50 on 30th of May, and on 10th of June I can give you left of the 50. So you have to capture two different MIDs for the same requested quantity 100, and that is only possible if you have schedule lines. That you agree, right?
Yeah.
So let us not like whether it is a fully confirmation or partial confirmation. If we consider, if we let us say, but of course in the schedule line can also have a single line or a single date at which your complete confirmation can happen. But I'm saying in a scenario where even you're going to confirm, or you're going to even have the process of partial confirmations to be possible. So the overall transfer of requirement can happen at three levels. One is at header level, the another one is at item level, and the another one is at the schedule line level. So what about how about the header level? So we have also already said that what is the business event for which you are going to trigger. We have already decided it as sales order, right?
Yeah. And header
Yes
level,
or no?
Arvind, and header level would also be the complete confirmation, not partial. Correct?
Actually, the transfer of requirement you are saying, so the only header level will actually doesn't work, because at header level again you have to come down to item level, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You agree, right? The whole sale order,
Yeah.
customer sold to party, and what is the consignment, ship to party, sold to party, all these details really doesn't impact APO's planning. APO is really not bothered about it. The whole scenario why are we trying to see is like how are we trying to confirm the material or against the material, what is the quantity which has come. So just the transfer of requirement, if it has to trigger, so I'm saying you like how we can map it out. So at header level you can map it out, and at item level map it out. But again, if you see, only header level will not work. Again, it has to depend on the item level. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me know once you are able to see the SAP screen.
Yeah. But Arvind, my question was still, I mean, maybe you can answer later. Like, if the Metal Master strategy group I do not define, how can I
Yeah.
see the chat mode in the product master at location level?
Okay. So if you don't want to use the strategy group, I have said you about the material group, right? 1 minute. I will show you in the on the screen. That maybe that will help you. For the most of the cases, we go to strategy group, but I'm saying it is not hardcore that you have to only go from the what is it, the strategy group. You can also go using the MRP group. Okay, but why do we go for strategy group? Because where we also understand about how the complete material is working with. So MRP group is also used in some cases to extract your check mode, that is your requirement class. Okay, yeah,
So,
there.
so you mean to say like, yeah. So you mean to say like, if I assign the MRP group, and if I do not assign the checking group the metal master, and then
Hmm.
then I shift this material in
Yes,
GATP as a product,
yes,
then
yes.
product as a location level, I would able to see the check mode.
Yeah, you will be able to see it, but again, it requires some customization to be added, because you are not just following the standard way of representing the requirement class, that is through strategy group. So again, you have to add on some customizations to be made possible, that whatever the MRP depending on the MRP group, whatever it was decided, From that you have to extract the value. This class, whatever the check mode classes which we have already have it, which have been supported by standard, to against them you have to map it. I'm saying you in a worst scenario where you don't want to use the strategy group. But for the most of the cases, out of 100 cases, at least 99 cases, they will be going with strategy group. Okay?
Okay, why? Because I'm asking Arvind, because in my company
Mm-hmm.
I saw all 5 lakh material.
Okay.
Today they are not using strategy group, but
Uh-huh.
in the same material when I saw in the GATP, I
Mm-hmm.
saw everywhere the check mode. So I'm really surprised. So that's why I thought like I should ask you like
Okay. That won't
how
be a
you did
problem.
this thing.
So they might have done some customization to get their requirement class. So the only agenda why I was speaking you about the strategy group was how I have mapped it with the standard I have shown you. So if you have to understand about how were you able to do it, so you might be there should be and for sure some customization which they might have done. So maybe a technical team, if you are going to sit with them, maybe they will tell you what is a standard customization they have allocated with, because for material master whenever you are going for the material masters when they are trying to stiff it, so you have a standard a few customization which system allows ECC SAP allows you, so that so whenever the material is stiffing, so it will try to map this value for it may be with the MRP group which is there, or with the strategy group which is there. So according to that you can map the values. The only concern part was to ensure that the requirement class which was there is going to be mapped to as a check mode in the APO. Hope you got me.
Yeah. So you mean to say like ECC side the customization would be at the time of shipping.
It should be there. It should be there.
Okay.
If you are
Okay.
expecting at the item level the material so maybe you may let us say like you have 5 lakh materials, so out of them all will
Mhm.
not be used by you for the planning, right? Let us say.
Yes, 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 yes. I
Yes,
just
right.
actually, yeah, actually, what I did, in the MARC table, I checked
Okay.
blindly for any planning strategy group, STRG field is filled or not. So that was not filled in any materials. Then I pick up some finished good, like which was having the MRP type X naught. So, but they
Hmm.
were having the check mode. So that's why I was surprised, like, means I'm not, means there is no strategy group, then why the check mode was assigned? Means how the check mode was assigned at the time of shipping.
I'll tell you, see, we will take the same example, Jalaj, where like in the laptop we had the keyboard is also still my part, which is planned in APO. Even the laptop was also planned in my APO. So as I said you, if I want to extend this particular material where the laptop that is which is saleable, so I will enhance my screens with sales use so that I will understand that and for which plan does it come under, what is the company code it comes under. Those all values I will be giving, which will be only helpful for me to ensure that whenever the order is going to be created, those values will be stating that this material can be processed in the sales order. Am I right? Hope you remember.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, right. So now,
Yes.
though I have planned this keyboard also in my APO, but the thing is, I'm not planning it at the how the requirement class should come for this or not, because so I'm saying in a scenario where you might have not assigned the check mode for the keyboard. I mean, the strategy group was not assigned to this keyboard, might be because you may still consider that this is a semi-finished material which need not be bothered about the requirement class, whether it is moving or not. But the only pain point will be when the transfer requirement should come for you is for the laptop, because it is saleable. Am I right? So if you can go through
Yeah.
those materials which are saleable, maybe then you will get some more idea, is what I can tell you for sure.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those materials which are sellable in your process, so those if you take and if you see the because when as I said you we are going to discuss about the different integration models which are required in those segment. What you will understand is like I have said you about ATP customization. I hope you remember ATP customization. one of the integration
Yes.
model which I will tell you, right? So in that, when you are going to activate this ATP customization, what it goes is it will ensure that what are the basic configuration which are required, like for example the check mode, business event and all, what are those all required. Though we have the separate integration model for ATP check, but if before that, whether this mapping is happening or not, you can easily take help of this ATP customization uh, integration model. So you can also check once you in your process how is your ATP customization is been it is been activated, and what are the different things which are flowing in it. If you can see that, even that will help you to understand how is the TOR is happening. So that thing, to that extent, you can surely learn it. And if still you feel something difficult, you can again ask me for tomorrow itself, because tomorrow again we have a session, right?
Yes. 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 Tomorrow. Yes. Yes. Tomorrow. Yes. Yeah. And one more thing last. In the strategy group, there are two classes. One is the independent, one is the customer classes.
Yes,
So,
correct.
the strategy group is there, and if I
Hmm.
ship the material, then which class would we go as a check mode over there?
Tell me, I have already said you this. Try to recollect.
So my question was like the material has a strategy group which has two classes, like the
Yeah.
customer requirement and independent. And when
Yes.
I shift this material in the GATP, then
Hmm.
which class, like there are two classes, so which one class would go as a check mode in the product, the
That's what I
customer or
said you.
independent one?
I said you right. That's what I said you right, Jalaj. Yesterday I have said you. Try to recollect is what I'm saying you. I got your question.
I think customer one, because independent we do in the ECC.
Yes. Wonderful. Yes, man. So the customer requirement moves because it ensures that how should my planning immediately my material has to be addressed. My demand has to address for this against this material. Okay.
Okay.
What are we trying to speak about? If it is independent requirements, when I say customer requirement, that means I have got a sale order now. How should I process it? I'm just telling you I did not, I shouldn't say that it's a sale order only. It can be any other type of business event, but now for us it is a sale order, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You're there? Yeah. So for this sale order, how should I plan is what the system is asking you. That is the transfer of requirement is happening. So system is asking, so I have got a sale order. Now how should I plan for it? So that is the reason why whatever the requirement class which is there for you in your customers requirement in the tab, so that will be flowing as a check mode. Got me?
Yeah.
Yeah. We will take any of them, any type of sale order. Or we can even go for a standard order just to ensure you to what is the important field which is required for us to make sure that this particular order has been processed by or will be helpful for us to TOR. For that I have come to this segment. Let me know if you are able to see the SAP screen for maintain sales
Yeah,
order
I'm able to.
types.
Yeah, yeah. I'm able to see it.
Yeah. So the all the things will be same. So in the sale order might be you will be understanding about what should be the next item should come with, what is the naming convention it has to come with, should the purchasing order something as such, the text element which we find there should it be mandatory or it should be checked or not. All the settings will be there for us in sale order. Okay, but what is the important thing which we have to understand here is, if you see here the availability check, you are able to see this, right? Availability check.
Yes.
Can you see it? Okay, so you have to
Yeah.
understand that this business transactions will be something related with ZAPO, something as such will be there in the business transaction which are relevant for the orders which you actually process for APO. So I said you right, you can still use the normal types also, but as I said, you like you can have the transfer of requirements to be there at three levels. One is at header level, the second one is at item level, and the third one is at schedule line level. So this is not again a hardcore that it should every time should happen in the same fashion. So if you are going to support for multiple scheduling lines or multiple Pasha confirmations, you will go with the concept of scheduling lines, or else you will go for the header and item level only. Hope you got me.
Yeah.
So at header level, I have already said you how it is, right? So the header level availability check, we have this business transaction. So yesterday, when in the day one, when we are speaking about like how are the materials have been distinguished, like I said you about the MRP type as X naught, how X naught is significant to ensure that the materials are planned in AP. I have shown you about the external planning system. Hope you remember.
Yes.
Yes, right? In
Yeah.
MRP type. So in the same fashion, so this availability check, when you have this business transaction ZAPO, it will ensure that this is a particular order type which is not processed in the ECC. So how it is helpful for the ECC? It understands that these particular orders are being planned in APO. And we also have a concept called as backorder processing, which we are going to discuss, where it has to ensure that all the ordered categories which are there will not be disturbed, or will not be interrupted or intervened with the ECC system, because they have been planned with APO. So I will show you how we will be however discussing about that. But now for us, what we have to understand is that TOR happens at three levels, that is